Hello YouTube, Naked Trevor here, coming to you from Japan. I've been here for a little over a week now, and what an amazing week it's been. I been staying in Osaka. I landed in Haneda Airport, stayed in Tokyo for one night, and then took the bullet train here to Osaka. Since I've been here, Japan's been hit with a typhoon, which has made this trip kind of interesting. Really uncertain on what's happening. All transportation's been shut down, and as of right now, I am stuck in Osaka. And well, there's definitely worse places in the world to be stuck, but yeah, it looks like I'm going to be here right up until my flight, it seems like. And hopefully, with no certainty at all, I'll be able to make it to the airport to catch my flight after the storm has passed. Things keep changing day to day. The status of all the transportation outlets, it's literally changing from hour to hour. So, yeah, it's been fun. Aside from the crazy circumstances that a typhoon is hitting Japan while I'm here, it's just been incredible. I was worried about the flight, flying over here 12 hours. It was no big deal. It was actually just fine, quite nice. And when I got here, I didn't know what I was going to do as far as exact plans. I had a couple of Airbnbs reserved, and I must say Airbnb is the way to go. It's been awesome. The hosts that I've been communicating with who own the Airbnbs, they've been very understanding and very accommodating. And the actual places, too, the rental units, they've been really nice. Let's see if I can do a quick spin around here. You got pretty much normal stuff, bed, little futon, kitchen area, bathroom back there. That's the entrance. There's a little hallway leading in, and a desk. I'm using the table here because the lighting seemed a little bit better. So yeah, it's been great. The people here are remarkable. Just such a polite culture. Everyone's been just so friendly. It's such a beautiful city, Osaka. Like I said, there's worse places in the world to be stranded. Let's see. I've got more to say on the actual itinerary and stuff. I've seen tons of shrines, and Osaka Castle was beautiful. Observatories and the food. I think that's been one of the best parts is the food. Not really a big drinker, but the bars here, they got good stuff. A couple of places I've been to, just great, fantastic drinks. And the shopping. If you're one for shopping and getting, souvenirs, and they have just all sorts of clothes, and it's just tons of shops, tons of little restaurants, and just amazing food at each one. I definitely would recommend walking. I know it sounds terrible, especially in this heat and or rain, although it's interesting. There's a typhoon hitting Japan right now, and yes, it's going to be getting close to Osaka within the next day or two. But it really hasn't been that bad as far as rain. Today, it rained a little bit this morning, but for the most part, all day it's been bright and sunny. So I guess they're shutting down transportation as a precaution. Some areas are experiencing extreme flooding with the rains, but Osaka, no, it hasn't really been an issue. So it's a little bit perplexing, but also I understand. I I've had to change my Airbnb reservations multiple times, and again, the hostess and hostesses here, they've been phenomenal. Very understanding, very accommodating. I would highly recommend, if you're coming to Japan, to do the Airbnb route, because the people here are just great, and it's just you get a more authentic experience of what it's like to actually live in Japan. The 7-Elevens are as good as they say. There's a 7-Eleven about every 50 feet, it seems like. There's no lack of things to do. I mean, it's just packed. I mean, the streets are filled with shops and restaurants, and Osaka is just beautiful. I've really enjoyed my stay here. Getting stranded here, it's been a little bit stressful, but I'm trying not to let it really get me down. I haven't really took the subways and trains very much, just here and there. I've been taking the taxis. The taxis are really cheap. I mean, at least I think so. And a nice air-conditioned ride, it can be a welcome. The trains aren't crowded per se, but it can be a little bit difficult navigating if you don't speak the language. A lot of people are very helpful. The locals will direct you if you ask them. They're happy to help, and that part has been great. In fact, on more than one occasion, like when I got to Haneda Airport, I was approached by a couple of guys who offered me a ride, and being that I am American and doing stuff like that, you just don't do. You don't get into strangers' cars in a foreign land. But I went ahead and did it. These guys, well, I don't regret it at all. These guys were great. I'm hoping I can meet up with them again, but due to the storm, it's looking like it won't happen. But they picked me up from Haneda Airport and took me to Tokyo Tower. We went and got some ramen and just hung out with them for a little bit, and then they took me to my hotel. I was exhausted from the flight and still a little bit apprehensive about hanging out with some strangers in a strange land, but I don't regret it. It was a really good choice. Shout out to Jukia. He's a good guy. And then when I was getting on the train, or trying to get on the train to Osaka, I was having a bit of trouble because the ticket that I had, it was for one railway, and I had to get a transfer to a different railway, and it didn't apply to the one I was trying to get on, I guess. I'm not sure, but again, I was helped by a local. Shout out to Manaka. She literally grabbed me by the hand and then took me to where I needed to go. And the bullet train was just awesome. Seeing the rural side of Japan and just, the bullet train itself. I mean, I'm one of those nerdy guys who liked living by the train tracks, watching the trains go by. So being able to ride the bullet train to Osaka, I loved it. It was a good time. And hopefully, within the next few days, things will start operating again, and I can catch the bullet train back to Tokyo and in time to get my flight from Haneda back to Texas. We'll see. Again, I'm trying not to stress about it because, what difference will that make, right? But yeah, Osaka's been beautiful. The food, I know I've already said it. The history. I love the preservation of their history. They really just it's a different culture here, and that, like, I knew about it, but to experience it firsthand, to see it and smell it and touch it, it's something else. Adjusting to the time zone, that's been rough. I usually go to bed early and wake up very early back home in Florida, so here in Japan it's been rough adjusting to the different time zone. I've gotten kind of used to it, but you can see in my eyes not really. whatever. That's fine. I can stomach through that. The arcades, man, if you like video games, it's been great. Tons of arcades, tons of old video game shops and stuff. Super Potato. There's a Super Potato that's about 15 minutes away from where I'm at. A lot of really cool stuff there. Bunch of gotcha machines and the claw grab machines, and just the entertainment here. It's it's the stuff I love, right? Manga and anime, and I went to a movie. I went and seen Deadpool versus Wolverine at a Japanese theater. That was fun. The Japanese are interesting as far as watching movies, because Deadpool Wolverine, it's a comedy. American, I'm expecting the packed theater that I'm in to be laughing along with me, but no one really laughed. And if they did, they held it in, they stifled it. Meanwhile, I'm over here belly laughing at these jokes, because come on, it was interesting. But it was a cool theater. I got to say, walking the city is the way to go. I walked around, miles. There were a couple of days where I just walked all day, and that's really how you see. There's just so much to see, so many cool restaurants and stores to find. Other than the storm hitting, this has been the trip of a lifetime, honestly. Celebrating my birthday over here, it's been great, honestly. Storm, bummer drag. Hopefully in the next 2 days things clear up, but it's interesting. I've been sharing photographs on Instagram, Facebook, and whatnot, and you'll probably see that it's been bright and sunny, downright swelteringly hot. So yeah, there's a storm, but Osaka really hasn't felt its effects yet, and hopefully there aren't any. As of right now, if you can see out the window there, it's not raining at all. Yeah, it's been fine. So a little bit of rain this morning, but it was no big deal. Anyway, I think I've rambled on about this. Just wanted to put a little something up on my channel about my trip to Japan. Greetings from Osaka. And if y'all watched it, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.